Hello and good day everyone. Welcome to my channel, Tea Time and Spells. My name is Melissa and in today's video I have a bit of a haul. This is majority is from Amazon, but I do have one from Etsy that I thought I'd share with you guys. And most of this is going to be for diamond painting. The one that I have in this package is actually more related to planning, like reading tracker, and then also like a budgeting thing. I don't know if that's anything you guys are interested in, but I thought I'd share it with you in case it might help you out. So if you're interested to see what I've got today, then go ahead and grab yourself a snack, maybe something to drink, and let's open up all the goodies. Alright, so it's not going to be a terribly long video. It's just going to be kind of a quick little haul for stuff that is to help me plan and organize for the year. I'm a big pen and paper organizer and I like to have things in their place, and I was trying to do like long-term storage for my drills, my leftover drills, and I was running into problems, so I went ahead and I'm like, alright, I'm gonna bite the bullet. I'm gonna go ahead and get myself a long-term drill storage solution. And I went ahead and I took a page from Ashley Messy Girl Crafts. I'll link her channel below. And I went ahead and I used like a trading card box system. So that's what the majority of the stuff that I have is going to be for. But while I was on Amazon, I did see a couple other things. And the first one was this. So I'm going to be honest, it was cheap and I just wanted to try it out. Now, if it works great, I will order an actual, like really nice one from an Etsy seller, but I just wanted to see if I would like it. And I think it was like $6. So, but these are canvas roll clamps. Or I'm sorry, not clamps, but canvas rollers. So you would roll up the canvas, especially if it's a longer piece, and it would hopefully hold it together. Now, I am very curious. I mean, that's the store, so probably somewhere from China for all I know, but it was cheap and I wanted to see if the actual application worked well for what I wanted. Some of the rollers that I've seen on Etsy that I've been kind of had my eye on have kind of like a little lip that you would feed it through first. And this doesn't have that, so I'm kind of curious if this will work. Let's grab one of my whips. We'll try a smaller one and we'll try a larger one, and let's see how this fits, if it works well or if it was kind of a flop. So this is my small whip. This is the Flossy Fox Stitch Along. This is Flower Dragon Meadow DP Stitch Along, and it's almost done, but I've got this upper section to work on, so I want to see about rolling this bottom one. Now this is a smaller canvas. It's a 44.25 by 46.25 centimeters, so not very large at all. So let's see how we would do this. Let's roll it, drills out like that. And let's just say like to there. Okay. And then, let's see. How would I, okay, okay, maybe I need to feed it through. Let's feed it through first and see if that's how you're supposed to do it. Again, learning on the go, but I don't think this is how it's supposed to go, because then it doesn't, how does it keep it in place? I don't think this is how it's supposed to go. I mean, because if I were to put this down like on the edge of my table, it should just completely unravel, right? Yeah. Fail. Okay, so my wonderful husband is a genius and is much smarter than I am and was laughing at me. So he's going to demonstrate how you're supposed to do it for me. So it comes with 2 rollers, and basically, yeah, you would roll it, drills out like that. So we'll go all the way up to like this point. Okay, that's good. and then slide it through. Okay, so you can slide it through where it's one on each side. It's not as good with the plastic on, obviously. So you could do it like that, and this particular brand, thank you. This one you could actually connect them. Now we put them on opposite because this one's actually supposed to be on this side and vice versa, and then they would meet in the middle and actually, yeah, it's getting caught on the plastic, but they would technically meet in the middle, and then it would hold it like that, and then it would be easy to slide and roll. Okay, a little bit of trial and error, but actually I think if I had the one that actually fed through, I think I would prefer that better, but I do like this idea a lot. Okay, so I took some time to fix it. Now, something my husband wanted me to kind of point out, I'm doing this after the fact when I've got like plastic everywhere. When you're starting a fresh new canvas, if you're gonna work from like the top down or something, then obviously you would want to roll this up with, you know, the nice plastic, nice and tight, and it'll make it a lot easier, and then that way you can just kind of roll up or down. See how nicely that rolls? Now that we kind of got the hang of it, and this again, this connected, but it can also separate into two. So if you have a larger project, this will be better. Speaking of larger projects, let me grab my other whip, the Apprentice, because that one's a 60 by 60, so larger canvas, and let's see how that works with the plastic cover on the majority of the kit. Okay, so this is the Apprentice, and right now I'm just using some bag clips on the side here, and I'm using a pool noodle that's been cut in half to keep it kind of stiff and to keep it in that form. So now we're going to roll it all the way out. This is the bottom. All right, so that's how I had it. I had to cut a little slit. So I've only got the top section of it completed. So this is a perfect opportunity to try that canvas roller from the bottom. And since I haven't worked on the bottom, I can go ahead and roll it in or out, whichever works best, whichever way you want. I'm gonna just roll it in as if I had drills on it, up until about here, I think. So then we just, there we go. And then the biggest thing is just kind of getting over the plastic. There we go. Ooh, that's nice. That's very nice. Okay, so then let's say I'm ready to work on my next section. There we go. I would just kind of pull it out to where I want it, like maybe there, and then I would be ready to go. Okay, that's really nice. And then actually it kind of rolls in on itself. Not too bad. I mean, you kind of have to feed it through a little bit, but still not too bad. Okay, I think I would like the one that I've seen, gosh, I want to say it might be Zodiac Creations. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I'll put a link in the comments if I remember. But they have one where if you feed it through, it's a little bit nicer. This would work really well for like a landscape for sure. So when I decide to work on fortune teller, this one would be this will be really nice to have for sure. So this is one that I've been wanting to get as a canvas roller. Another one are clamps, which would hold it from up top. However, I have an incline table, so I don't know how that would work. That's probably the next thing I'm gonna test, but we'll see. But otherwise, I mean, for like a $6 item from Amazon, not too bad. I'll probably invest, after using it for a little while, I'll probably invest in like an Etsy shop so that I have something that's a little bit better quality and one that has like that feeder through it, because I think that would work a lot better. But all in all, 2 thumbs up. All right, so the next items are for that long-term drill solution storage system that I was talking about earlier. So right now, this is the system that I kind of have, which, you know, I just grabbed like a storage box from Hobby Lobby and, you know, put some wrapping paper in it to make it look pretty inside. And then I've got these like pencil trays from Walmart that were like $1. And then I tried to use a lot of the baggies, the free baggies that came with all of our kits. We get like, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 of those free bags. Now, there, as you can see, it gets a little full and they get very, very floppy. So I kind of wanted something a lot more stiffer, something more organized. And I wanted all of the drill pads to be the same. I wanted everything to be uniform. So, a couple things I bought is I bought some new baggies. Now, I wanted thick. I wanted some thick bags so that they could stand. I wanted them to make sure that they could stand up. So like this is a really, really stiff baggie compared to like this. Super big. And that way it's got more room too. But the biggest thing I wanted was for me to be able to put one of these playing cards. So this is what Ashley, Messy Girl Crafts, is always talking about, is these blank playing cards. And then you could write or you could print off sticker labels of like whatever the drill color is. So I'm just using whatever the DMC sticker label is for whatever kit I'm working on that I had extras for, hence the label or the symbol. But with my Forever Young storage solution, it actually came with sticker labels. These right here. So they're holographic and they're DMC. Now, this isn't going to have like all of the colors because Diamond Art Club does create their own colors, their own color lines, like the 6000 line. And they also have their special drills. So they've got their ABs, their fairy dust, their metallic, their iridescent, frosted. I mean, they've got all kinds of specials. And I keep all of those. So I think my plan is to do what I can with these labels, and then maybe I might try my hand at either designing or very likely just printing off pre-made stickers so that I've got them ready to go for these. But I think that's going to be my next big project, is getting my drill storage system up and going, because I've got a few kits I need to kit down, and I kind of ran out of the little baggies, and I didn't really want to go and buy more because I knew this system was coming, so I kind of put this on hiatus. But if I were to, let's open up just a little section here of these to show you without breaking my nails. Oh, I didn't. There we go. Okay. Oh, they're actually 4 individual packets. That's nice. And let's see if my finger can grab. There we go. Okay. So we've got just one blank playing card. And then let's grab, I put that baggie back when I shouldn't have. Now I double checked all the dimensions, but watch it not fit. Whew. Yeah, that fits perfect. And this will also help it be stiff too when it's in there. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and pull out the actual storage box and see how these will all fit in there. Okay, so here's the box. It's actually really thin, like, so something tells me I'm gonna need to do a little bit of building, a little bit of assembly. Oh, and it comes with instructions. Wonderful. It also comes with dividers. All right, so we've got that. See, this is what it's gonna look like when it's done. It'll come with both a the box and also a lid. But yeah, so it'll have, when it's done, 4 rows, which is great. I only bought one. I originally had 2, a package of 2 in my cart because I thought, oh, I'll do one for square and one for round. And then I was like, you know what? Let me see how I like it first before I do that, because maybe I don't like it. And I wouldn't want to waste money on something I don't like. So this is kind of what it looks like. And then this is really nice. So I plan on doing like DMC range. So like 300s, 400s, 500s, 600, so on and so forth. And I don't know how many it came with, if it was like 20 or it came with a nice amount of dividers, but decent amount. Not too bad. And then these are what will actually be placed in the box. Kind of like that. Okay. Yep, a little bit of assembly required. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to put this together. This is definitely the, yeah, this is definitely the cover, I think. Maybe not. I'll let you know. I'm gonna go ahead and assemble this, and then I'll show you what the finished product looks like. Unfortunately, guys, all the footage I took of me assembling them and explaining how to do it, all of that didn't take. It got corrupted. But I can show you guys what the finished product looks like. So this is the lid. And let me get it off without breaking a nail. There we go. But this is what it looks like. So you've got your 4 rows here that you can place your diamond painting drills in. And this was the size of the baggies and the playing card. And look at that, nice and snug. And I want it to be able to stand up just fine. And then there's also those dividers that came with it as well, which, there they are. They're right here. So then you would just place those, see, nice and snug. And that's the goal, is to have everything be nice and snug, nice and stiff, so that when it comes time to grab, it'll be nice and easy without having to worry about a whole bunch of them falling down in there. So, and I'm also going to go ahead and put in the comments, or sorry, not the comments, but in the description box, the listing for this. Now, I'm going to be very upfront with you guys. This is not an affiliate. Like, I bought all of this myself. Now, that being said, I am an Amazon affiliate, so if you do purchase, just know I will get a kickback. But these are the instructions on how to do it. This was the brand up here, and this was, I guess, the item name, just a trading card storage box. If you can, definitely recommend putting your husband or significant other or child to use with an extra pair of hands, just to keep some of the stuff together, because in the footage that got corrupted, you would have seen that I was kind of struggling, because on the edge here, when you do the side pieces, there's like 3 folds that you kind of have to hold together while you're putting it together. So it's just a little awkward. You're jumbling around. So just a heads up. But that is the trading card storage. And then hopefully here soon, maybe this weekend, maybe not, we'll see. I'm going to transfer all of my old drills into this storage solution, and then you guys can see the finished product. So that's it for the drill diamond painting accessory stuff. Let's move on to my last haul, which is from an Etsy shop. All right, so this last section of the video is going to be separate from like the diamond painting accessories haul. This is in particular for me for planning and for tracking. So I mentioned at the end of my year in review that when I wrote down like all the financial aspects of diamond painting and how much hobbies cost and everything like that, a lot of you chimed in that it was kind of nice to see the reality, see the numbers and everything like that. And I do want to be honest and open with you guys on how much, you know, all of this costs, because, you know, it does cost money, unfortunately. So what I do for myself and for my family is I utilize a version of Dave Ramsey's cash envelope system. And I do it with these fun little cash envelope binders. And then you have certain little envelopes where you do savings and stuff like that. I allow myself and my husband each $100 every 2 weeks as like our allowance, our fun money, something separate from bills or maintenance or stuff like that. Just fun, guilt-free money to do with what we want. If I wanted to blow $100 on Starbucks, then it's $100 on Starbucks. If I want to blow it on diamond painting or reading or whatnot, then it's my choice. And this kind of helps keep everything in balance, keeps everybody in check, because it's really easy when you're swiping a card to kind of lose track of that. So that's kind of what all of this is for. So if that's something that interests you, then stick around. If not, thank you for watching. I will catch you guys in the next video. So I'm going to show you my planner. I use Happy Planner. This is the 2026 planner. This is just kind of their basic planner, but it was really pretty. You know, it's got like the butterflies and it's got flowers on it and all of that. So like, for instance, I put down all of our bills, anything notable going on, and then each week, it's broken down by week. I put down, you know, any bill that's coming out, when our paychecks are coming out, all that to kind of keep myself in line with what we need moving forward to make sure things are taken care of. So that's kind of what I use. I use Happy Planner, and this is for all of 2026. So what I wanted though is for this year, I wanted to be able to track my spending a little bit better and my reading. So I bought some budget tracker sheets and a reading tracker sheet from an Etsy store called Creative Tidbits. This is the first time I've ever ordered from them, so I'm very curious how everything's going to turn out. Now, you can order digital files. You absolutely can. Again, I'm old school. I wanted the physical sheets so that they were already hole punched and everything, and I could just fill them out, grab, and go. So this is what it looks like. These ones are like the paycheck budget ones. And then I'm pretty sure she's got the reading trackers right behind. So let's go ahead and open this up. I didn't want to worry about, you know, after downloading the digital file, having to go to a store to get them professionally printed and then getting them hole punched. I just wanted it all taken care of for me so I could just use them. Okay. So, this is so nicely packaged. Wow. Thank you for being an amazing customer with fantastic taste. Your support means the world to me and my small handmade business. I hope you love everything as much as I have loved making them for you. Larisha, creativetidbits.com. That's very pretty. And then love yourself. So if you're also a scrapbooker or a junk journal person, I tried it. I'm not. This is really good. But this actually has like a little calendar on the back. That's very nice. Okay. So, oh, here we go. Perfect. This is the paycheck budget sheets. I'm going to just rip it. And my husband gets paid every week. I get paid bi-weekly. So I wanted to be able to track everything and to know kind of, you know, for this payday, this is supposed to last until the next one. How much was it? How much did I expect it to be? How much was it really? Listing all my expenses, bills, all that jazz. And it's double-sided. And I got several. I think this is for the year. So there should, I think there's like 56 here. Or, sorry, not 56, 52, possibly. I don't remember. I'll have to look it up. And then this was my reading tracker. Okay, so this one I'm curious about because I did ask her if there was a possibility she could change something about it. So here is a year of reading, and this is if you track your reading, you know, each day of a specific month. If you read, you would check that off. How many pages, all of that jazz. And then monthly top of the shelf. I read a decent amount, but I don't think I would ever be able to do this monthly. Oh, fun coloring. So this is 60 books. That's very pretty. And then this one is a to be read. So this is a TBR. Okay, and I requested, I believe this one, I asked her to change something to format, and I don't remember, I think it was like trope or something, and I don't particularly care about the trope, but I wanted to be tracking the format because I've been reading a digital copy, a hard copy, and then also audio, and I kind of wanted to keep track of the books that I've been reading and in what format. So there's a few of these for to be read. Oh boy, okay. And then we've got the reading log. And these are really basic, which is all I wanted. How many stars? What was the title? What was the author? And then S and F, and then number of pages. I don't know what S and F stand for. If anyone knows, let me know. Maybe finished, yes. I don't know what S is. Maybe F is format. I have no idea. If you know, let me know, because I don't. All right, and then, so that's the reading log. There's several pages of that. And then books I've read, so this would be more deeper. And yes, this one, she did change it to format. So thank you very much, appreciate that. Pretty basic. If I wanted to do a little cover photo, I have the option to, otherwise I don't need to. Start and finish date, if I remember, I'll put it down. But just a nice way for me to be able to kind of keep track of my reading. And I wanted these to be able to fit in here. So like for instance, for, you know, let's go like March. Here we go. Like here's March. In front of this, I could do, well, I would put this at the very beginning. And I could probably put this one at the beginning, but there was a monthly, oh, this is monthly, gotcha, sorry. There's 12, like what was the top of the month kind of one. Gotcha. Okay, I'm getting it. But what I could do is maybe for like after the calendar, let's see, where would I want to put it? Maybe I could put it at the end, like right here. That would work out. And then that way I kind of have an idea of what I did throughout the month. Now the paycheck budget stuff, that's gonna be probably like right in between. Yeah, so that this is the start of the week. Here's all the dates, and I would put that right there. That's kind of what I do. So, you know, for those of you who maybe plan something to keep an eye on, if that helps you or not. If you are somebody who's looking at starting something like a cash envelope system or whatnot, Two Sisters Bees is a YouTube channel that I followed that I find to be very easy, very beginner friendly for starting up a cash envelope system, how you do like budgeting, tracking, how you would save up for fun things, how you would, you know, treat yourself and allow yourself, you know, your own fun money so that it's not all, you know, go to work, throw everything into bills, rinse and repeat. You got to have fun. You got to have, you know, treats in between, but making sure that it's manageable so you don't go overboard. And I find that by doing this, it allows me to enjoy my hobbies like diamond painting and not feel like, oh boy, I went a little overboard. Am I going to be able to make my car payment? Nothing like that. It really helps prevent that kind of thing, or avoiding throwing anything on a credit card because, whew, at like 30% interest, I can't afford a credit card. I don't know how anybody can. So this, you know, it's cash, and if you're ready to use your cash, throw it in the bank, swipe your card. It also forces you to maybe think a little bit about, okay, do I really want this? Because if you have the cash on hand and you're looking at something online to spend, like Diamond Art Club, you can't give Diamond Art Club the cash directly. You have to physically go to the bank, drop it off, deposit it, and then you can swipe your card. So it gives you that extra time to really think, okay, do I really want this? Which helps a lot with FOMO. It really helps make you kind of stop and think, do I want this? And if you do, great, then it feels more rewarding that way. So hopefully that makes sense, but that's kind of what I do. It works for me. If it's something that you guys are interested in, you can buy the Happy Planners at Walmart. I got this little binder with the envelopes. This was at Hobby Lobby for 10 bucks. So it's super, super simple to get started, and it's pretty cheap. Or you could do it the old-fashioned way, which is what I did. I had a shoebox and I had a couple of envelopes, or I had paper and I made my own envelopes, and I did it the old cash envelope way, that way. And I will tell you guys that when an emergency came up and I thought I didn't have the money to cover the emergency, I went into that little shoebox, and you better believe all those little envelopes that I'd been stuffing in was enough to cover that emergency. So it's really, really nice to have that as a backup plan. So it worked for me, and hopefully it could work for you guys if you wanted to. But that's gonna be it for me. That's my Amazon and Etsy haul for the beginning of the year. And I'm looking forward to getting some stuff going with that drill storage solution for sure. That one I'm the most excited for, because I think I've got 2 or 3 of my storage solutions kitted up that need to be kit down. Because right now I only have 2 active whips. Flower Dragon, which the last part literally dropped yesterday. So I plan on hopefully getting it all done this weekend. And then I've got The Apprentice by Cat Fedora. It's currently the 10th, I believe, and it's either the 9th or the 10th of January. I'm still debating on if I want to join the Aria Illustration DP event, or if I want to use this time to catch up on The Apprentice, or if I want to kit up a different kit. You know, I've really, really been having my eye on the that Maddie Arts that's in my stash. Midnight Snack. I've really been feeling that one. That one just screamed New Year to me, and I'm thinking, you know what? I think I'm gonna go with my gut. Even though there's a DP event going on right now, I think I'm gonna go with what I'm in the mood for, because that brings me joy. And I think my motto for the year is do what you love, do what brings you joy. So stay tuned. I'll let you know what I do. But that's going to be it for me for this one. Thank you everybody for watching, for hanging out with me, going through all the craziness. And I look forward to visiting with you guys in the next video. Bye!